About 30 years ago, I came back home, failed out of college, no confidence, no self esteem. Is in a house with parents who couldn't even stand the sight of me. I was depressed. I didn't know what I was going to do with myself. And I got to a point where I thought the only thing left to do was just leave this world. And I tried. Got something on my wrist that I look at every once in a while to remind myself. I remember how hopeless I felt, that I could do nothing right, that nobody ever appreciated, and nobody loved me anymore because I was just a terrible human being. And I lived like that for a long, long time. When I finally figured out what I needed to do, it took a while, but I got there. And what I recognized is that I needed to talk. I had all these emotions and nobody to tell them to. And more importantly, there was nobody telling me what they were going through, so I felt alone. This podcast, years later, is the definition of what I do now. It is recognition that you're not alone, that I'm not alone, but more importantly, that we can solve any problems, any issues by listening to other people and talking to them and telling them what's going on, especially for us men because we're not raised to do that. So I'm here to change that narrative. We're going to talk about what's going on. We're going to discover that there are other men who are going through the same struggle that we are. And when we do that, and when we know we're not alone, we'll strive for better. We'll stay here. We'll be on this earth. And we're not going to end our lives because we don't feel hopeless. And more importantly, we will recognize that we as men are the prize. Every week, I will have a different man on here, and we will talk about what he went through in his life, his struggles, how he made it through, how he thought he wasn't going to make it through, where he is now, where he's going to be. We're going to talk to men, and the most important thing is not the story that they tell, but the fact that they're telling a story. Because we need to talk, and when we talk, we do better. Every week, I will bring on a man who is the prize, and I hope by you watching, you will discover that either you as a man are the prize, or a man that you love is the prize. Hope you'll join me.